Every year, foreign businesses and international donors pour millions into African markets. Yet those foundations frequently crack under the pressure, failing because they rely on external assumptions rather than local realities. The primary misstep is structural. Investors routinely conflate their investment capital directly with operational liability on the ground, exposing their entire financial backing to local field risks. Navigating this environment requires practitioner intelligence, the rare ability to distinguish between what looks true from a boardroom in Europe and what is actually true inside Nigeria. Success in the West African agricultural space depends on a protective structural architecture, specifically designed to absorb these local shocks. That architecture begins with M.A. Williams & Company. Based in London, it operates as an international family office, a secure repository for intellectual property, and a specialized gateway to Africa. The holding company is not defined by the physical farming it does. Instead, it serves as the apex of a purposefully built agribusiness group. The group operates on a core philosophy of strict separation. It divides its functions into 4 distinct independent pillars: intellect, assets, operations, and legacy. This clean legal separation protects wealth and scales operations, guaranteeing the structure is built for generational longevity rather than short-term convenience. Pillar 1 is intellect. The UK entity securely holds the group's intellectual property and international assets under common law. This provides a stable, clean interface for global development finance institutions like USAID. Pillar 2 is assets. This is managed by Lambert Willis Nigeria, the active African arm of the family office that looks inward to the continent. Lambert Willis acts as the local proxy. It physically holds the Nigerian land titles, provides local directorships, and executes every deal on the ground. This proxy mechanism allows global capital to operate with a legally recognized Nigerian face, while keeping the UK intellect completely shielded from field liabilities. Pillar 3 is operations. These are the asset-light executing entities, like Gartner Colloway and EasyGrow, which handle institutional sustainability services and direct farming. This technical schematic displays the exact engineering framework of the vertical hydroponic towers. By tracing the labeled inner support tubes and drain lines, we see the precise irrigation mechanics. Water moves from feed lines down to recycle pots, efficiently conserving resources. This blueprint illustrates the massive scalability of these engineered units. When deployed as a commercial field operation, the towers are organized into an exact 200-tower grid layout, with specific plot dimensions to maximize spatial density. Out in the field, we see the physical reality of the operating engine. The precise schematics function actively, supported by water reservoirs and PVC infrastructure. This strictly managed operational tier routinely produces high-density yields, with crops like bell peppers growing directly from the vertical terracotta quad pots. Because operations are structurally walled off, a bad harvest or a field accident never reaches the UK holding company. Field success simply passes royalties and dividends safely upward through the ownership chain. Pillar 4 is legacy. This takes the form of a 200-hectare regenerative hibiscus estate in Ogun State, producing export-ready goods, held entirely independent of the operational engine. This physical estate stands as the living proof that M.A. Williams' intellectual architecture successfully translates into lasting, tangible agricultural wealth. The ability to build and govern this multi-entity structure provides the internal evidence used to guide external client engagements. This expertise powers Gateway Consulting, an advisory practice providing market architecture and entry structuring for foreign businesses navigating West Africa. They do not provide generic desk research. M.A. Williams gets in the room, facilitates local partnerships, and designs the specific legal governance structures required to survive the market. The practice is driven by a co-investment mechanism. M.A. Williams leverages its advisory role to take equity stakes alongside their clients, entering on the exact same terms as the founders. This transforms standard advisory work into a compounding ecosystem where practitioner knowledge constantly funds new generational assets. It is a continuous cycle. Intellect in London becomes physical infrastructure in Africa, which in turn generates the capital to build further intellectual property. M.A. Williams & Company serves as the architect for agricultural longevity in West Africa.